Yo, what's up, everybody? So, you know, this webby pretty much we're gonna be going over like what should be in your trading plan, um, and things like that, and then also like just how you should be going about using your fibs. Because a lot of the in the one-on-ones I've been getting has been about like what should actually be in your trading plan, and also what how should you be going about like certain fib moves and what fibs are actually used for, right? Um, so as you can see, like even with the US 30 move, um, that we were going over, we had daily resistance up here that was being respected, and all I did was basically go to my main analyzing time frame, which is like the 4 hour for this pair, and I just basically track momentum. I use my counter trend lines and things like that to track the momentum of the market. Um, but as far as the whole Fibs thing, since that's pretty easy, Fibonacci is a retracement tool used to measure retracements from a push, and then to also get the projection level for that next following push. Okay, and you always want to get it from the highest point, so point A being up here, and then find the lowest point of the support. So I got the highest point of that bearish wick to the lowest point of a bearish wick that makes support, which is always a bearish and bullish candle. So just so you all can see, I got a point A right here. Point A right there. Point B is right here. And I wanted to measure this retracement. So measuring meaning track. Track this retracement on my minimum time frame. So whatever time frame would be like a good entry time frame for me. So like somewhere around the 30-minute, because it gives you enough volume in the candles, to see which direction it's going. So you can see that the support was made down here. And you always realize when you go down on lower time frame, you're gonna see more detail than you did on that higher time frame. So you had the minor break that happened right here that started the counter trend. So it broke this minor level of resistance right here. That 1-2 break came up, came back down, gave you 100% retracement. And then with this 100% retracement, we went into our counter trend. And as you can see, it tried to counter trend all the way to which is our 38.2 on our main time frame. But it respected this resistance, this level of resistance that was on this 30-minute time frame as well. So that's like confluence. When you have a PRZ level and previous resistance and like two or more technicals line up, that's called confluence. And that's when you can confidently start to look for orders and things like that. But yeah, so even if I wanted to slap on like some type of counter trend line right here to just measure, you know, gauge that buying pressure till we get back into that selling pressure momentum that I was looking for. I could have waited to some type of break here and retest as well, you know. But you always want to kind of get in at the highest point, understanding that that's the highest point that the market is trying to reach before it turns around. Understanding where that 38.2 is, especially lined up with, like I said, previous resistance, with variations that followed along with the higher time frame, such as like the 2 hour, things like that. Would have been able to see, catch this move and flow along with the wave down to, to take profit. It would have took some discipline, but at the same time, if you were being technically sound and you entered, had your stop loss and already had your TP preset, you would have hit TP perfectly. And it came down and almost hit TP2, which is that negative 61.8. But understanding like your 38.2 is going to be your first retracement level, price reversal zone, which means that you're looking for an aggressive push down to that negative 27%. A 50% is more, neutral. So that means it's an even number of buyers and sellers within this market. So it could retrace deeper in the PRZ levels, price reversal zones, or it could, the momentum for that main trend could come back in and start to push back down, like I said, to that negative 27. 61.8 means like a moderate push. So you're looking for a moderate push back down to a negative 27. And a moderate push looks something like, if it came up here and smacked this, then you would see something, something moderate, versus if it hit 38.2, it would have looked, something more aggressive, something like that, right? And get this stuff out of there. Yeah. Yep. And then negative 78.6, we're looking for a slow retracement back to that negative 27. So it's going to be trend within trend. So if we came up here and hit this 78.6, then you're looking for, a much slower retracement, because you got to realize it takes time for the sellers, in this case, for the sellers, which is the main trend, to get back into the market, so you'll start to see things like that, slow retracement. 88.6 is a very slow retracement, and then you have your 400% retrace as well. So there are ways to take advantage of this, and as you can see, the market's still continuing to on this downtrend, hasn't broken any lower high points, and we're still looking for, that next point of structure would be a lower low to the 61.8%. Just seeing how things are looking right now at this time, it's respecting, this point that was support that once turned, that's now turned resistance as well. So it's like all of these things give you insight into the market. But like when you're talking about like a trade plan, let me go to EG real quick. Yeah, that dropped too. But yeah, when you're talking about a trade plan, it's certain things that you always want to have, in your trade plan. And, the first thing you want to do is understand, what pair you're trading, the volatility. Also, time session. What time are you actively placing your orders? You understand, what is market structure saying always? Where are your entry base points? Certain things like, when I say entry base points, I mean like, uptrend and downtrend. Your main time frame, minor time frame. Minor meaning like time frame that you're gonna be like seeing entries on. Other things that you want is just like, certain like mindset things, like not adding to a loss, a losing trade, Other things like, certain major market patterns that you're looking for, as well, certain technicals that you want to draw or that you want to pay attention to, and this is what gives you your edge, meaning like, where you are more probable in the market. All right. Other things is like just stuff that'll help you, understand what's going on all time frames as well. So like just making sure that like, you're journaling your trades as well. Trades. Making sure that you're like analyzing like 80% of the time, executing, like 20%. So that way you're not chasing the market, you're letting the market flow to you. Let's see. There's like certain things, but it's all gonna be different because you gotta understand that trading is subjective. At the end of the day, it's subjective, and everybody's gonna see stuff different. But that's why you want to have a trading plan, something that's custom, that's tailored to your schedule, whether you work, whether you're a full-time trader, whether you're trying to transition into a full-time trader. And then also like just biggest thing too is just like understanding your risk. So managing your risk. How much are you willing to risk per trade? Also what are your goals? PIP goals. I'll write that back. PIP goals, for the week, also for the month. So it's like these are certain things like when you get up here, so it's like you have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You're not just getting up here and trying to just throw stuff in the market and lose, and try to figure things out that way. But you actually have a system, that you can put together and that you can actively trade, right? So yeah, these are just some things. And if anybody, like I said, you can order your trading journal at psychfx.myshopify.com. You can send me your trading plans at realpsychfx@gmail.com, and I'll look over them as well, and we can set up one-on-ones and things like that too. But these are just some things that I wanted to make sure that you all think about when you're putting together your trading plan, and if you can put together that'll help you stay disciplined within this market as well. You know. So yeah, just get with me, and that's it for this time.